Welcome back. We are in a bull market. It is officially started. And why is it that I say that? You're going live on Insta as well, depending upon where you're seeing this stuff. But here, jumping right in. Today, we're going to talk about where the market is going and some key breakouts that have just happened. But here, just a small little update. Yesterday, we were seeing that I was thinking of cutting my trade short. I wanted to take at least $1,300 worth of profit, but I ended up buying more. I ended up extending the trade to now we're at 75,000 USD and we're up 3,000. So that makes us up about $9,200 for the week, which is excellent, I might say. But here we are hitting some resistance and we'll talk about it. But first off, let's talk about Bitcoin. So on the hourly, right, we've got this resistance line that is just broken. It broke and then we came right back in here, right? So now it's starting to think, okay, is it time to sell and wait for this sucker to drop back down? Because if I go to some different time frames, okay, some different time frames. So let's look at the 4 hour. Actually, let's look at the daily on this guy and let's reset here for an instance. Okay, so we've got the wedge. And the wedge is broken out. The wedge is these two lines here. Wedge is awesome because the price target for the wedge, that guy is around, what is that, $74,000. So we got that. And so there's the wedge. And what is the key resistance that we've seen on Bitcoin for a while? It's been this area because we have had lots of resistance, boom, 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 boom on Bitcoin. But we have now broken above it, which that is an indication that we are off to the races here, okay? Because for the longest time, since June, all summer long, we have had lower lows, boom, 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 lower lows and lower highs, boom, boom, boom. But what just happened? What just freaking happened? Okay, today, boom, we just got a higher high. We just got a higher high. That is breaking the trend. And the trend has been going good. This is a strong line. So keep in mind when it comes to this sort of stuff goes down faster than it goes up. You can look throughout everything. It takes a slow time to come up and go down here. But we are getting some resistance. And where is that resistance coming from? Okay, so if I just draw some simple lines here, the resistance is coming from these guys, right? Back way in April of this year. So that's where this is happening. And it's just some limit orders of guys going in where it is breaking. But that is what I am seeing on Bitcoin when it comes to this major breakout here. And if we're looking at some of the VWAP, what is going on is now we've got some support. And this is way back, like I said, March of last year. Not last year, this year, excuse me. We have some support right around the $64,000 range. And so we've broken the trend and we've got support right at 64. So I suspect there's really not much holding us here to get to 68 or so. And this is looking good for Bitcoin. If I'm looking at the October that is happening, currently we are at about 7% on September. Okay. Since, the average, this is an older screenshot. So truthfully, this number is not -1. It's more like +6. And usually when we have a plus, we've got a pretty good month ahead. Here's one that was 28%. Here's one that was 15%. Here's one that was 33%. Okay. So on average, we've had about a 22% gain come October. This is looking good. We are setting up for a parabolic move with Bitcoin. And the spot ETF, lots of guys have been buying, right? With the whole BlackRock, we've had 365 million inflows. Guys are buying it and it's 1-to-1. Okay. This isn't a futures product. This is a spot product, meaning that they have to have $1 in Bitcoin for every dollar that is being invested. So I don't know why price hasn't just completely gone through the roof already with as many inflows that we've had. But on average, Q4 has been 108% gain. And currently we are, I won't even say currently, we're not in Q4 yet. So this is looking good, because if Bitcoin ends up jumping that 100% gain here, let's look at it. So let me get back to the screen that we have here. So get us all down here. So if I use this, boom, 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 and let's just say we break out. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is such a big number that we gotta go up here. Oh man, I gotta make like a logarithmic chart. Boom. That's $130,000, 100% gain. Okay. Even half that means that by the election, we might have a $100,000 Bitcoin, which is freaking massive. And right now on Ethereum, let me go back to Ethereum, because I'm most interested in Ethereum because I'm trading Ethereum, right? You know, I'm up 25%, $3,500. And I am not right now, I'm not feeling the need to sell. Okay. So let's look at this live here at what I'm looking at. Okay. So my VWAP, right? Just taking the simple high and low on the VWAP from where this move currently happened. And there is support at 2,650. Okay. I might even raise my stop. Okay. Up to, let's have it go a little bit below that. Okay. 1,500 bucks. I'm going to be upset if I do get hit and I only make 1,500 versus the 3,200 right now, but you can't count the money that you haven't cashed yet. And that's one of the psychological problems with trading, is we all somewhat understand how this stuff works, but it's the psychological aspect of it here. But here, it's 1 o'clock. When does this candle close? Does it close at 2? Gosh, here, let me go back. When's the 4-hour closing? 4 hours closing in 44 minutes. Jesus, that is not looking good for Ethereum, okay? Because this is essentially a shooting star, which means that it's exhausted. Okay, so if this guy ends up closing as the shooting star, I might just take my money and wait for it to come back down. Because let's just say bear case, what happens? Okay, where is the resistance looking for it in the short term and long term? Okay, because from the daily looks fairly strong. Okay, this is a typical just bull candle. You know, I almost call them the boner candle because they just feel like they shoot up forever. And we've got the resistance. Okay, the resistance is right around that, where we the high, the 2730. Okay, and we've been seeing it break out there. The problem is there much actual resistance there? Let's look at the VWAP. Okay, we've got some volume here. Yeah, there's a little bit, but the majority of it is down here, right around the $2,300 range. So if this guy gets rejected, where do I sense that it would be a good place to re-enter? 2,600, you know, would be a decent entry. Maybe even ideally the 2570-ish, because that's where I entered. I entered down on the bottom of this guy. So how long do I want to extend this price through? Because truthfully, my price targets for this guy is right around 3,000. Okay, I don't give a shit about these long wicks here. I'm talking about the real resistance. And scooching this backwards, yeah, the big resistance is right around the $2,900 range. Okay, and after that, the real resistance is the $3,500 range. So we will see what happens in the short term. Do I want to cash in first and wait for the sucker to reverse back down to the 2650-ish range, right? Or do I hold out and have this guy hit the 2,900 mark? Because what's happened on Bitcoin? Okay, Bitcoin again is leading the charge. And I've showed you on this chart right here, we've got a higher high, which is breaking the consensus of everything. So for that reason, I kind of want to just hang on to this sucker and potentially turn the 3 into 12 and risk 1,500 bucks right now. So at the worst, I make 1,500, and at the most, I make 12. To me, that sounds like a pretty decent deal. But this is Johnny Crypto. I'm here to help you guys make some money. The links are in the description if you want to join my trading challenge and everything that ZoomX is going on. I do have a Bybit link as well, because I really do. Those are the two platforms that I really like. Coinbase is one that I absolutely love for kind of hodling and with stocks. You know, M1 Finance. I love those guys. absolutely to the moon and back. But that's just kind of shilling some stuff. Anyway, guys, it is going to look great for Bitcoin. So make sure you just keep hodling and join this channel if you're interested in trading, because it's so psychologic. We can know how to find support and resistance. It's how do you react under pressure? Once there's real money involved. And in this case, I'm up, what am I up? 9,300 for the week. It's a pretty damn good week. Okay. You want to start thinking like, hey, if I do that every week, man, I'm going to be a millionaire real quick. But that's not always how it happens. One of the books that I recently just read that has helped change my whole outlook is called Biggest Loser Wins. That book is amazing. I've got so many books back here that are on trading, man, but that was probably the best trading book that I've ever read. All right. So I'm just talking to talk. Enough digressing. You guys enjoy your weekend. Till next time. Wait. I got one comment. I'm thinking of buying high and selling low. That's an arbitrary comment, dude. It depends on if you buy now, there's a good chance it's going to go higher, right? There's a good chance. Change your thinking. Don't be the norm, okay? Most people kind of do that. That's why I added to my trade as opposed to selling it. You want to do the opposite of what other people are doing. So never add to a loser. Always add to a winner. And if we continue this break above 2,700, right? Again, I could see this going down to 2,680 or so. I might add to the position, but the 4 hour is looking bearish. The 1 hour is not looking that bad. And then the daily is looking pretty darn good, right? We've hit some resistance, but we'll see how long that resistance holds, because there's not a whole lot of volume up there. So I somewhat just want to hang on because of the things that I'm seeing in Bitcoin. So anyway, thanks for commenting, bro.